Hi, Dylan. Oh, hi, Dylan. Come take a seat. So, Dylan, what comparisons can you make between a Techno PLC and a public sector organisation? Well, Dylan, Techno is owned by its shareholders and run by directors. People can buy shares and own a small part of the business, and they buy the shares off the stock exchange. And mobile public sector organisations? Well, public sector organisations consist of central and local government. They're usually run by the government, and they get all their money from the taxpayers. Very good. Can you now identify two objectives Techno PLC might have? Well, the main goals for any PLC is to maximise profits, expand the business, and increase dividend payments for the shareholders. Also, they have other aims such as increasing and maintaining market share and domination, and to become a trusted household name with a good image. That's great. Can you think of any organisations who do this? Two that come to mind are BT and the Post Office. Brilliant. So now, what kind of possible structures may Techno use? Techno could possibly either use a tall or flat structure. A tall structure is there's a lot of levels of hierarchy and it's usually more controlled and compact. A flat structure is when there's one person in charge and they usually make all the decisions. Advantages to using a tall structure is that, as I said earlier, it's a tighter, more compact structure, and they can usually get specialist managers and leaders for the business. A flat structure, the advantages to that is that there's one leader who makes all decisions, so it's a lot quicker, and it creates a better ethos between the business because everyone feels closer to management or closer to a higher spot, basically. Perfect. Now, what way would internal and external factors affect the business? Many factors can affect Techno, such as environmental, social, competitive, but a really important one I think is political, because if the government increases taxes, then Techno would have to think about either increasing the products, how much they cost, which could potentially lose customers, or they could keep the products the same price and lose a little bit of profit. Good. And finally, what conflict can there be between stakeholders and the organisation? Conflicts between stakeholders can be created when, say, a manager needs to make redundancies. Those redundancies will directly affect the employee who is getting redundant. They will affect the local community because of the job losses, and it will affect the suppliers because of the loss in the business. Very good, Dylan. Thanks, Dylan.